What is going on, guys? B2B FIFA here, and welcome to episode 11 of the Academy Project. Today, we begin by doing a little bit of maintenance. You know, we do this every single episode at the very beginning. Essentially, I'm just making sure that the most fittest players are on the squad. I put Martin in there. I start to take a look at a couple of the guys. I check out Martin, I check out Krim, I check out Sip. I'm trying to refresh my memory. I want to know who's got the skills, who's got the weak foot, and so on and so forth. That way we don't have any struggles during matches. Talking about struggles, this episode is going to be a struggle, boys. It's going to be a struggle. But here we match up our first game against Exeter City. If you guys can correct me in the comments below if I said that correctly or not. Anyways, Exeter City on the ball right there. And we jump straight into another clip here where we send the ball all the way out to Sip. Sip is running down the wing, cuts in, or tries to cut in, and unfortunately gets taken away right there in the 4th minute. As you can see, we basically started attacking. In the very beginning of the game, I felt we were superior to Exeter City. Felt like we were dominating. I felt good. Here's another opportunity in the 6th minute that our boy Martin unfortunately couldn't put away. Now, that made me remember a chance that Harris had in there. Exeter City had their first chance of the game. Makes me remember an opportunity that Harris had in the last episode where he just bullied the defenders off the ball. And here once again Exeter on the ball sends it out to the wing. They go in, they stop, they send it in, and look at that power header into the back of the net. You know, I really don't like to praise the opposition, but that was a really nice header. I mean, he put plenty of power into it, and you always like to see a goal scored that way. Anyways, our boy Sip right here sends it into Shaw. Shaw takes a shot. It's a weak one, but I wanted to show you the opportunities I had. Nothing solid. As you can see, that was really the only real shot I had on target. The others were just like me close to getting a shot, and that's how the first half ends, boys. We jump straight into the second half, and I put myself in possession, and I put myself into ultra attacking. I want to score. Last episode, we did okay, but we lost in the very last episode, and I wanted to actually begin this episode by winning. So in the 70th minute, you guys know the drill. I go in and I make some changes. I put Sook in, and I put Olsen in, and I also put Johannesson in, basically to keep my midfield, the integrity of my midfield, because everyone else was doing a little bit better. And here, Exeter City on the ball. Reed sends it into Oakley, and Oakley to Taylor. Taylor on the ball right there. He takes a shot. That goes narrowly wide. In the 80th minute, Exeter City on the ball again. As you can see, not many highlights from me. And once again, that's because Exeter City, after the second half ended, they basically took control. Over here, try to get them off the ball. I can't. Send it to Grant. Grant to Oakley. Reed to Taylor, and Taylor on the ball right now. He goes ahead and he sends it in, and they miss narrowly right there. They still have the ball though. I try to dispossess, get it. It's a little bit scrappy right there. They take a shot. It's a weak shot, but it was close though. Here we're on the ball, our boy Kren on the ball, and that is where the game ends, boys. Unfortunate for us, we lose our second game in a row. We lose our first game of the episode. Very, very unpleasant for me. I like to give you guys W's, you know. I feel like losing isn't entertaining. Maybe you guys find it funny when I lose, but I certainly don't. Right here, I'm basically offering contracts to some players. Finally got a backup youth goalkeeper. And we're basically offering contracts to every single youth player that we get. We want to try and fill the squad. Remember, we are signing these players whether they have or don't have potential. And I mean, that's just what we're going to do. And it's the first of the month. We're in January. Remember I said we were going to go out to look for a center back and a striker? Well, I made a mistake, boys. I don't remember, or I couldn't remember, but apparently in the January transfer window, in your first year, there aren't too many regenerated players. So after doing a little bit of maintenance with my youth squad right there, I go into basically the transfer list, and I decided to list all of my real players. All of them get listed, every single one of them. Slocum can go now because we now have that backup goalkeeper. Now that backup goalkeeper is actually 56 overall, which is higher than Cooper, which is 54 overall. Now Cooper has done work for us, so I might try the new keeper out and see if I like him. If he's good, I'm probably going to keep him just because he's a little bit higher overall. He might be a little bit promising, but Cooper has just he's been so good for us that I really don't want to bench him. I might try. You know what I'll do? I'll probably keep Cooper in the league, and I'll have the other keeper. I can't remember his name right now. For the FA Cup, which we are still in. And here I'm looking at the options that I have, and Pedro Asoga right there. He's an option. Juan Pedro Asoga, Georgi Tashev. And these are guys that I tried to sign initially, but for some reason, they never got back to me. I don't know why. They just never got back to me. Now, I'm looking at Tashev, and I'm like, you know what? I really don't need a left mid. And I look at him a couple times. We have this Jackie Chan Cardozo, which I wanted to sign just for his name. His name is Jackie Chan. Come on, guys. He's so much funny to say. So much fun to say Jackie Chan during a game, right? Anyways, I was thinking that to myself, but I was like, he's a left mid. He's 20 years old, and he's trash. He's trash. So I was like, I'm not going to sign that guy. Pedro Asoga is the only guy that I decided to sign, along with this Ali Dudier guy, that left back, that 20-year-old left back right there. And I'm just increasing the age right there to see if I can find anything. And at this point, I was like, man, maybe I can find someone on a team. So I go out and I look for a striker, and I start going down this list. And nothing, boys. No regenerated players at all. And I'm like, oh my God. I told everyone I was going to sign a striker and at least 2 center backs, and I'm making myself out to be a liar. Now, obviously, I didn't lie on purpose. I just couldn't remember. For some reason, I thought that we could actually sign players in the first January transfer window. Regenerated players were going to show up, but apparently I was wrong. So at this point, we're going to have to use our youth players. We're just going to have to. And at the end of this season, we're going to have to go ahead and assign new players when they actually regenerate. And that's unfortunate. But here I'm approaching Juan Carlos Asoga. I think I said Pedro Asoga. Juan Carlos Asoga. And I approach to sign him. And I also approach, I look at him and I was like, no. And then I approached to sign the other guy. What's his name? The guy from India, the left back. He's actually pretty decent. But I approached to sign both of them. And then I go out and I do a little bit of training. So Martin, he gets a little bit of training. Shaw gets a little bit of training. Trying to get Shaw up to scratch because he feels pretty decent on the ball at this point. However, once he takes a shot, I mean, you can tell that he's a 40-something overall. It's just not good. It's not a good look for us. And we need players that can perform. I mean, let's be honest with each other. We have an underpowered team because every single player is a youth player, and we're forcing them on the pitch even though they're not technically ready. The only players on this team that are ready to play are Sip, of course. Suk is ready. Kren is ready. And then everyone, and Cooper. Everyone else is below par. Tashev is ready as well. He's starting to feel good. Everyone else, though, is below par. Harris has impressed. Olsen, Johannesson have impressed. Martin have impressed. But they're still not up to scratch. You know, they're not that first team quality yet. But once again, the rules are the rules. And if we have enough players to play, we are going to play them. The only reason why we're not playing center backs is because we really don't have any center backs, any like youth center backs. But once we get youth center backs, even if they're 30 overall, they're going straight into the squad. I mean, if they're tired and we need to rotate, then we'll be forced to use real players. But if we don't have to use real players, we won't. But anyways, we're into this game right here. As you can see, I literally jumped straight into the 45th minute because nothing happened. Nothing happened. We jumped into the second half. Nothing happened in this game against Newport County. It was a deadlock for a while here. And here I'm actually in attacking. And look at right here. Harris takes a beautiful right-footed shot into the side netting. And oh man, I was so happy when I saw that. I was so happy when I saw that. Harris, he's impressing me. I mean, I know I'm saying he's not ready, but he's gonna get there soon. He's gonna get there real soon. He's got 3 goals in the league already. That's more than Kryn got in like the first 10 games. I mean, that's impressive, right? And he's only 49 overall, so I think Kryn was a higher level. Yeah, higher. I think we got Kryn when he was like 57 overall, and he was terrible. But look at that right there, boys. Newport County in the 78th minute gets right back into the game, and I'm like, oh, come on, boys. And honestly, I felt like I was doing well. Anyways, we're on the ball right here, trying to start from the beginning, and I'm just struggling. My players felt sluggish in the 79th minute, the 80th minute now. You know, they're tired. They are tired. I decided to make some changes. Look at Sook. He's dead on his feet. Completely dead. And I decided to go ahead and put Shaw in. I'm like, I'd rather have Shaw in there with half stamina than Sook at completely dead. He's just a zombie at this point. I probably should have taken Tashev out and put like Johannesson or Olsen or someone. But I didn't. And look at this right here, boys. Cooper takes it out and he gets it right on the volley. Like, are you freaking serious? In the 81st minute. And that's 2-1 after winning. And I know why this happened. Our team is completely knackered. They're exhausted. I mean, there's nothing they can do. They are completely exhausted. And it's my fault as the manager. It's Ronaldinho's fault because Ronaldinho he's responsible to make sure they're rotated, but Ronaldinho and myself, we are stubborn. We go ahead and play these youth players, and that's where the game ends, boys. We take the second L of the game. Completely disappointed with the team's performance, with my performance. Ronaldinho and Kryn also is disappointed. We just want to go ahead and just get these losses behind us. That's 3 losses. 3 losses in a row, boys. 3 losses in a row. I'm devastated right now. I mean, that's all I can say. Over there, I thought I could do a little bit of training. Apparently, I can't. But this guy accepts our contract. He's 20 years old. He's actually 60 overall, if I'm not mistaken. He goes straight into our squad because the guy that we have right now, Cartal, he's not good enough. But this guy's all right. And I get plenty of offers for Kryn. Like, people are starting to offer for Kryn. I think he scored several goals in the past couple games. I think he's averaging about 1 goal per game minimum, and there's goals where there's games where he's scoring 2 goals, so he's doing really well lately. And Sverre Johannesson right there accepts the contract these are the youth players, boys. The youth players. Another offer by Luton Town, and all of these are direct rivals of ours in League 2. So I'm not gonna sell Kryn regardless. As you can tell, I try to rest my best players for the next game, which to me right now is the most important game because we want to get that domestic success. We want to get as far as we possibly can in the FA Cup. So Kryn goes into the squad, Sip goes into the squad, Johannesson, and then I actually start sorting my players. So this Strachan guy, he's 51 overall. I decided to put him at center back because I looked at his stats and he can play left back and center back. So he goes straight into the squad. He's our new center back, and I think he's 6'3", so he's pretty tall as well. McNeil is the name of our second choice goalkeeper right now. He might become our first choice depending on how his performance is. Essentially, I'm over here just putting players in the team, organizing them. That way I don't have to go all the way back into the reserves, and that's essentially what I'm doing. And I'm just looking at the players, checking out their weak foot, their skill moves, and so on and so forth. And I didn't realize that Azoga had a 5-star weak foot, and I didn't realize that Johannesson had 5-star skills. Like, he's a tricky little booger. I had no idea he was that agile. Anyways, that's off topic, but I was really impressed with those two things. I mean, like, I think the reason why we're starting to do so well with Kryn is because his finishing, I think, is upper 50s, low 60s now, and he's got a 5-star weak foot, so that's super important to me. Anyways, we begin the game here against Peterborough. Peterborough was a very good team. I think they are they're League One, so I believe they're a league above us. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're a league above us because they just felt like a strong team. But they're over here on the ball. I mean, to be completely honest with you, they controlled the game, especially at the beginning. I mean, we're in the 31st minute, and I'm showing you this run of play. They completely dominated the first 30 minutes of this game, at least. So they get an opportunity right there. And once again, another header. And that's a really good header as well. Into the back of the net. And I'm like, oh man, I've lost 3 in a row. And now I'm down in the score sheet for this game as well. No, I can't lose anymore. And I decided I was going to go all out, boys. And here our boy Harris on the ball. I try to go ahead and cut in. They take him out. Harris just creates stuff for us. I mean, he's good. And there it is, boys. Peterborough defender, Michael Bosquick. Get the heck out of here with that dirtiness. Anyways, Sook on the ball right here. I thought I was going to do a little play right there. But you know what? I'm like, you know what? Sook, take a shot, boy. Take a shot, son. And look at that. Our first free kick goal of this series. And our boy Sook is the one that buries it into the back of the net. That was a wonderful little goal. Around the wall, straight into the back of the net. Keeper can't do anything about that. I was so happy. And here, boys, is where the first half ends. And we are 1-1. We begin the second half. And he almost trips right there. But, yeah, we jumped straight into the 62nd minute. Nothing happened. Nothing much happened. We're on the ball right here. Anderson sends it over to Sip. Sip going down the wing. Sip tries to cut in. He actually goes back over to Sook. Sook sends it in to Anderson. Anderson takes a shot. He's off. That wasn't very close at all, but I wanted to show the opportunities that they have. Over here, I decided that I'm going to go ahead and make some changes. I see that Sook is completely knackered. I put Shaw in because I want to give him some game time, give him some experience, in the important games. Tushev goes in for Johannesson. So Johannesson did really good for us that game. And I'm looking at Martin. I'm like, you know what? Martin in for Harris. Harris, even though he's done wonderful things for us, he's really tired. He needs a break. And I resume match. Actually, no, I forgot. I don't resume match. I actually go in and I change my formation because I was like, you know what? This formation is a little bit too defensive. And I go to the 4-3-2-1 right here with the left forward, the right forward. No CDMs, just center mids across the board. I feel like this is a very balanced formation. And I tend to play down the middle. I always try to play down the middle, so I thought this might work for me. So I decided to go make some changes. I put Toshev in the middle. I put Kryn up at strike. I put Sip on the left, and what's the other guy? And I actually take Sook out. You guys already saw that. The other winger, I can't remember his name right now. But anyways, we get right back into it, into the 71st minute. Here, Martin, that's his name, sends it over to Kryn, and Kryn puts it into the back of the net, boys. That is another goal for our boy Kryn, and I can't be happier for him. We're winning 2-1 in the FA Cup. I'm just happy right now. Kryn is having a good time. He is free scoring right now. He finally found his shooting boots. He's just doing really well for us lately. And right here, Peterborough on the ball, 78th minute. they're controlling. They're trying to look for something. They send it back in, and they send it over the top right here. I thought I had defended that perfectly. Look at this right here. Like, how do you even get that pass for him to get that shot? Oh my God, I was disappointed. And it's the 80th minute too, and I'm like, oh man, 2-2. I don't want to go to penalties. Like, what is this? Like, I don't want to go to penalties. I don't want to go to extra time. I don't want to go to penalties. What am I gonna do? And I'm like, no, I need to score. So right on here, we actually start. I'm doing a little bit of intricate passings. I got really lucky there. I didn't lose the ball. And I'm over here trying to do like quick 1-2 passes, trying to do something. Kren right here gets an opportunity, takes a shot, blocks it, and goes with it for the header. Keeper almost gets it out, but he can't. Another goal for our boy Kren. And once again, he's just free scoring. He's just free flowing right now. Look at that. That's a gritty little goal. I mean, that was just heart and soul and sweat and tears, and just he wanted that W. He wanted that W. Here in the 89th minute, our center back takes a shot, and it goes wide, goes over the bar, and that's how the game ends, boys. You have no idea how happy I was after 2 losses. Ronaldinho's like, you know what? We may not be doing great in the league, but in this FA Cup, we are doing pretty awesome. Look at Kren. He's so happy. 3 shots, 2 goals. Oh, man. I can't be any happier for this guy. He is fantastic. I remember how I used to talk so much smack about the guy, how he wasn't good enough, how I need to replace him, so on and so forth, yada, 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 whatever. But anyways, boys, that is where I'm going to end the episode. Try to end it on a high. If you like, please subscribe, leave a like, and you guys have an awesome day. Peace.